Alright, episode 9. 2 months and a week into Quacks Chats. Oh, sounds absolutely wild to say. And before anyone asks, no, there is no guest this week. Why? Because I overthought. 3 nights of deciding between 2 people, panicked that I'd picked the wrong one, and decided, no, just me. Classic INFJ behaviour, right? Episode 4 callback, love it. This week we're diving into dreams, nightmares and overthinking. Basically, a guided tour through my 3 a.m. brain. So let's get into it, shall we?
Hear the laughs, feel the chat, story spinning, imagine that. Life games and a little sass. Quacks and Chats, a bearded Steve podcast. Bearded Steve podcast.
Dreams are weird, aren't they? Half the time you're stuck in your brain and it's showing you what you want. The other half, it's throwing you into a cinematic horror movie you didn't audition for. I've had everything from turn up to school naked, dream to I'm back in hospitality and can't even find table 7. The nightmare. But one that stuck with me, I was back in my old flat down south. PC glowing, stream about to go live and everything around me was empty. Chat silent. It wasn't about failure, it was about absence. Like my brain went, here's everything you fear losing. Enjoy. And that's when my smartwatch decides to join the party. You know, the one that tracks your sleep? Mine goes from like a stock market mid-crash. Deep sleep, awake. Deep sleep, awake. It's like my brain keeps hitting respawn every 20 minutes. And then I wake up really tired, and then I overthink why I'm tired. But yeah, there we go. I even overthink my sleep. If I wake up, see 40 minutes of deep rest and spend breakfast analysing why. Was it caffeine, stress, or my subconscious just yelling, stop checking comments before bed and put your phone away even earlier? And that's the thing. I dream in thoughts and think in dreams. Even my nightmares come with subtitles. After everything that's happened, the nightmares hit harder. They're not random, they're replays. Wake up sweating, heart doing 90 in a 30 zone. My smartwatch is like, congrats, you've unlocked cardio mode. Cheers, watch. Do you know what? I might stop wearing you at night. But there's the other kind of dream, the ones that remind you what you still want. Streaming, this podcast, feeling fully happy again. Those don't scare me anymore, they motivate. It's like my subconscious clocks in for the night shift going, right, let's give Steve some hope to work with. And then he goes into work and overthinks everything. It's great. I don't just dream once. I dream, wake up, overanalyze it, and then dream about overanalyzing it. My brain is basically a group chat that never shuts up. You know that one friend that will constantly message GIFs and random stuff and reels and TikToks at 2 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, that's my brain. Being an overthinker means my head never really switches off. I'll write a message, delete it, rewrite it, check it 10 times and send it with an apology for existing. But then I'll delete it and then retype what I've just deleted. I'll even plan my dreams. Alright, tonight I'm going to dream, I'm going to have calm, and then wake up fighting a bear at a Tesco car park. Usual sleep. It's great. But maybe that's fine. Maybe all that noise keeps me creative. Dreams show us what we want. Nightmares show us what we fear. And overthinking, that's a messy middle part where most of us live, or hopefully. And it's not just me. So yeah, my smartwatch says I don't sleep well. And maybe that's okay, because even if my brain never shuts up, at least I'm still dreaming, and at least I'm still getting a few minutes of sleep. Yeah, dreams and overthinking. It's great. And I'm overthinking how long this podcast is going to be, because it's flying by. We're 9 weeks in, and it's like I've gone back to my first ever podcast. Great fun.
Quacks and Chats, a bearded Steve podcast. Bearded Steve podcast.
Right, From REM mode to game mode, EAFC is officially out, and shocker, the servers already rage quit before the players did. Nothing says realism like losing connection mid-penalty. Good old EA, we love you so much, even with the new private purchase. Oh, EA. Alan Wake 2's new DLC, The Dream Loop, has dropped. Look at that, perfect timing. People are calling it immersive, confusing, and occasionally terrifying. Basically, this episode, but with better graphics and more people playing and listening to it. And then Bethesda, I'm going to keep ruining it. Bethesda teasing another massive Starfield update. Last time we got a chair. This time, fingers crossed, it's a sofa and a table. Need something with that new chair.
Quacks and Chats, a bearded Steve podcast. Bearded Steve podcast.
On to this week's weird and wonderful news. I've got one story, and it's only in Brazil. A jaguar was seen struggling to swim in Rio near Ponta Beach. I'm not going to say the other word. I'm not getting cancelled. Now, before you panic, it wasn't lazy. Turns out the poor thing had actually been shot. Wildlife experts and military police rushed in, built an improvised flotation device, and towed Big Cat back to shore. Proper teamwork. So once at a specialist vet clinic, scans found bullet fragments under its skin. The jaguar had surgery. It's recovering well and will be released back into the wild soon. Authorities are investigating who shot it because, just to remind everyone, jaguars are a protected species in Brazil. And honestly, who looks at a jaguar and thinks, yep, that's today's target? Didn't know we were in America. Well, it's South America, but in the United States. So yeah, moral of the story, don't shoot wildlife, especially when that could absolutely end you in hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, I'm not going to fight a jaguar. And back over to the live stream, the traffic camera, remember, at Jackson Hole, Wyoming? Still going on, still getting views. Peak entertainment. Somewhere right now, someone's cheering for a Ford Focus. Not doesn't normally happen in the UK, but yeah, great fun.
Quacks and Chats, a bearded Steve podcast. Bearded Steve podcast.
Community corner time. Lots of DMs came in after last week's episode. My first 2 role models made and chosen. Thank you everyone for the birthday messages. I sent them to my mum. And spent a load of time listening, on a video call with my mum. She was not happy about Sweet Caroline, but oh well, what are you going to do? A few of you shared stories about your own parents or step-parents, which honestly hit me right in the feels. There we go. One listener said their mum used to play Perfect Day every morning on the way to school. That one got me big time. So you just think, every time your mum played that song, that was my birth song. So there we go. Listen to Quacks and Chats before Quacks and Chats was even a thing. Another listener said they had a dream where they were a guest on Quacks and Chats, but I was recording in their shed. Look, if it's got Wi-Fi, a kettle, I'll bring the mic. Honestly, don't care where we film this. Brew, microphone, good vibes. Perfect recipe. But yeah, keep those messages coming in, heartfelt or hilarious. I love them all. The DMs are always open. And your stories might end up right here next week. But yeah, make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you're leaving a comment down below as well. And yeah, we'll get it in for next week's episode.
Quacks and Chats, a bearded Steve podcast. Bearded Steve podcast.
And then, so dreams, nightmares, and overthinking prove our brains refuse to clock off. But maybe that's not such a bad thing, because every sleepless night, every restless thought, and every weird dream, it means we still care. Again, don't forget to rate the podcast, join the Discord, links in the description, drop me a DM for next week's Community Corner. Next week's episode is Music That Saved Me, so expect emotions, nostalgia, probably some tears from me, and of course, Bastille. So sorry this was a very short episode, but hey, sometimes we have long episodes, sometimes we have short. And next week's, I promise, will be a lot longer, and we'll have some music chucked in as well, as long as we don't get copyright struck, because we did last week. But yeah, till next week, you've been listening to Quacks Chats, a Bearded Steve podcast. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching Quacks and Chats with the Bearded Steve. A Bearded Steve podcast.